Good news, everyone. So, before I get started on today's video, I want to give a few announcements. The first announcement has to deal with, we have a lot going on with the Saturn Sky. There will be some unboxing in this video. Obviously, I'm not driving the truck or the Bolt, so stick around, you'll figure it out. On top of all this, we have a contest going on the Tampa Motors for Vets page for a Craftsman tool set. It's actually a decent tool set. It's $10 per position that you can purchase as many positions as you would like. The contest is for growing the Tampa Motors for Vets chapter that we're setting up, and we're going to take the money and apply it towards future contests and charities that we have here in Tampa. I am actually still looking for people that know the area a lot better than I do, that know veterans charities here in Tampa that we can work with and go from there. So here's the video I shot a little bit yesterday and last week. Today is one of those days where I was shooting a video of stuff that came in for the car and I broke my GoPro. So I don't know how well this is going to turn out. I haven't downloaded the videos for that, and I didn't even finish shooting those videos. So I'm going to end up shooting those. It's going to be part of this video. However, I have decided to get rid of the truck, and there's a huge reason for that. After factoring in commute,
take the next right onto South Gordo Lake Road.
Okay. Ooh, that's a beautiful truck. You'll see it here in a second.
Continue on South Gordo Lake Road for 1 mile.
Done the calculations, and the cost of ownership per month for the truck is a little high. And the little bit of towing that I'm actually going to be doing will be my car going to a shop to actually get welded on, because for one, I don't know how to weld. Two, I don't have the equipment. So it's going to be rent a truck when I need it. Currently, I still have the trailer. I'll probably end up getting rid of the trailer, or I'll just keep the trailer in storage until the Tesla truck comes out, and then I can start towing again with the Tesla truck that I already have on pre-order. So right now we're headed to Orlando to look at a Chevrolet Volt. I was able to talk the wife into a Volt because of her experience with the Bolt. Now, obviously it gets less range, all electric, but my commute or her commute to work, it's fine. Because we're looking at the 2016 to 2018 Volts that are out there. And the 2016 to 2017 Volts are sitting right around 53 miles to the initial charge. If you know anything about electrics, you know that range will vary just like gas, and it's going to be based off your driving style. Ultimately, cost per month, the Volt makes sense. The amount of times I'm going to actually need the truck, the Volt makes sense. It's just, I'm gonna miss driving the truck. The truck is a lot of fun. It's lifted, it tows a lot. It's got the DP5 switch, it accelerates pretty darn well, but it just doesn't make a good commuter vehicle. If I could keep it and get a Volt, I would. But it doesn't make financial sense since I still pay on this. And see what kind of offer they give me, and then we'll move on. We'll see if I end up getting this car. Check in a little bit. she is. A Tesla Model S front motor. Hey, how's it going? Still trying to figure out how to get it out of the truck. Oh, there she is. Still wrapped in her sound deadening material. Instead of trying to make the motor quiet itself, they put a stopgap. Freaking Velcro. So as you can see, I have the Chevrolet Volt. I drove it back from Orlando yesterday, and it's definitely different than the Bolt that I have. The gauge cluster is like completely different than the Bolts. The EV range, it just says EV range. You have your accelerator and braking on the left-hand side, and then you have just your battery bar. On the Bolt, you get your min and max and middle ranges, and your middle range is typically the one that's closest to what you're probably going to get, unless the weather changed drastically or your driving style changed drastically. You know, something major changed. You know. But overall, the car did really well coming back. I got 41.5 miles to the gallon, and the gas side, because the battery was depleted before I left Dodge dealerships. The car did pretty good. I was keeping up with traffic on the way back, and still getting 41.5 miles to the gallon compared to the truck's 19.5 on the way up. That's a drastic change. Over double, really. But today, I'm pretty much just testing it out before having to go to work tomorrow on what kind of range I should expect for my commute, because the car is rated at 53 miles on electric only. And as of right now, I've gone over 6 miles, and it's sitting at 49 miles. When I plugged in today, though, it only read 50 miles of range. So the previous owners may not be that efficient. Test drives and all that may have had a role to play in that. I don't know. I mean, I'm keeping the kilowatts down. I'm honestly right now below the speed limit. I was doing the speed limit. The speed limit just changed. Just so I can see what it will get on a daily commute when I'm just doing the, mindless drone of driving. But overall, I like the ride quality of the car a lot more than the Bolt. The seats are a lot better than the Bolt. I honestly feel like it's so airy in here because there's so much more space. But it doesn't have as much power as the Bolt. The Bolt had a 200 horsepower electric motor. This has 149. So we're looking being down about 51 horses. And you can feel it. The car's bigger. It doesn't mean I want to change it out, but you never know. Just did my test commute see what this thing would get on electrical range going to and from work, and pretty amazing. I was averaging about 5.5 miles per kilowatt hour, which turns out to be a total of 77 miles. If I can calculate it out to 14 kilowatt hours of usable energy in the battery pack, because I'm not sure where their top and bottom is right this second, but really need to get that fixed. It thinks there's somebody sitting in the seat. Well, it's just my phone and a small bag. Either way, it comes out to around half a battery state of charge to get to and from work on a daily basis. Well, with the 3.3 kilowatt charger or charging on 110, I really don't have to worry about charging it. I can charge it overnight just fine, even on 110, because that will take roughly 7 hours to fully charge from the half a battery. If I hook up the 240 charger to it and get 3.3 kilowatts, then we're still looking just over 2 hours to fully charge the car, which means I can charge the car right before I wake up, about 2 hours before I wake up. So I've come to the conclusion that I really like this car. There are just some things that the Bolt has that I like better, but overall, this car is pretty darn good. I mean, half a battery to go to and from work. At least that was the run earlier today. I think I made a good choice. I lowered my payment. I did increase the insurance. Insurance went up probably about 20 bucks extra a month compared to the truck. It's a newer vehicle with I wouldn't say more expensive parts, because the diesel is pretty expensive, but it is a newer vehicle. I also decreased my fueling costs. If I'm charging here at the house nightly, I may have to fill up once a month. And the reason I say once a month is due to the gas not being utilized enough to really run through the whole tank. I'm going to have to intentionally run through a tank, just so the gas doesn't go bad and then I have to manually drain it and then refill it back up. So there's going to be probably 1 week where I just drive to and from work mainly on gas, which I just figured out how to do without depleting the battery and having to fully charge it again. And that's hold mode. So that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. And also don't forget to check out the Motors for Vets Tampa page. If you're definitely in the Tampa area, we'd love to have you as part of the group. Later.